welcome to my Arsenal v Newcastle prediction. Where do I start? Do I start with Arsenal? Do I start with Newcastle? Probably with Arsenal, really. Am I confident traveling up to Newcastle? Not really. I can't say I'm very confident, even with the squad that we do. But just in the past couple of games against Newcastle, haven't been brilliant. We've been quite poor, to be honest with you. And I have got a record of the last 10 games played against Newcastle, which I'll get into in a minute, which doesn't fill me with much hope, even further, or even still, I should say. Um, I think, again, it all depends on what team Arteta puts out. Is he going to put out the midfield of Marino, Zubimendi, and Rice, and they're all going to play a low block in the middle in a line with no kind of urgency, no attacking prowess, no quick ball, no nothing. We can't. It's as simple as that. You can't unless you're going to put Marino as a centre attacking midfielder, where he flourishes for Spain. If it's working for in Spain, I understand different tactics for different coaches and stuff like that. But still, like if something's working, why are you going to change it? Like, because it isn't working. Let's be honest. We scraped a point against City, where all 3 points were there to win if we just attack. Anfield, it didn't work. We lost 1-0. We almost got a point, but that's not good enough. We scraped through against Man United, and we beat like Premier League promoted Leeds and Nottingham Forest, who were very poor. Go tell me where Arsenal were actually like fantastic. The only one you can say was Leeds. And they were just newly promoted. Do you know what I mean? But let's get into the last 10, right? So it'll be from oldest to newest. So in 2021, we won 3-0 at home. We then travelled up to the Toon and won 2-0. Then we won 2-0 at home again, lost 2-0 away. We then drew 0-0 at home. Then we beat Newcastle in 2023 at St James's Park. We then lost 1-0 at St James's Park. We then won 4-1 at home. We then lost 1-0 last season at St James's Park. And then the last game we played, we beat them 1-0. So it's very up and down, very topsy-turvy. Again, that's what I mean. It doesn't fill me with hope. Going on to Newcastle, they're struggling to find goals. I know they score goals in the Carabao Cup, but in the Premier League, they're finding it hard to score, like, without Isak. I know they've got the new German geezer, who I am not going to even attempt to butcher his name. Not a chance. It's difficult for Newcastle at the moment. As I say, you're losing Alexander Isak. He's went to Liverpool. Then their new player, Jacob Ramsey, I think he picked up an injury either first game or even in training. And it just, I think they're just lacking confidence. I think they're just lacking that bit of, that just spark. And I think that's the same for both teams, really. They're just missing that spark to just ignite a run of form. Because let's be honest, Newcastle don't have a bad team. I don't really like Newcastle. I'm not going to say it here. Say I do, but you have to give them credit. They are a decent enough side. They do work well together. I just think they're missing something. I can't quite put my finger on what it is. And I don't want to say it's all because of Isak him leaving and stuff like that. I mean, it definitely plays a part, but it doesn't. It's not the whole picture here. And I don't know if it's the same thing Arsenal's missing. We're just missing something. We were so excited when we got Eze and he's been plonked out on the left side. And let's be honest, he isn't involved in some of the games. Like, yes, he plays, but he's not involved. And when he is involved, he is good. He's taking people on. But I'd rather see him in the centre. I really would. I'd rather, I don't know who I'd want him on the left. I really would have wanted, I wouldn't have wanted Noni Madueke. Obviously, he's just picked up a knee injury. Bukayo Saka is fit against, that's good. So he can play on the right. But who's going to play on the left? It's going to be Trossard, in my opinion. He'll start. I don't know if he necessarily should. I know he scored in midweek against Port Vale, but again, that's Port Vale. Arsenal on that night could have scored 3, 4, 5, but they're missing that creative spark. Where's that coming? Like, let's be honest, Newcastle's going to sit back. They're going to be defending their own half. And let's be honest, in the Carabao Cup semi-finals where they beat us, fair and square, they were good, solid defensively. They defended in groups and they defended in block areas. I mean, yes, we've got Gyökeres now, but he's not going to be able to score when there's four people surrounding him, when there's nine people in the Newcastle box, and not including the goalkeeper. It's going to be a tough, tough game. Arsenal will need to do something extraordinary to come away with the points here. It's I would love to say we'll go up to Newcastle, up to St James's Park, and absolutely spank them silly and come away with 3 points, and it's going to be 4-0, 5-0. It's hard to see that. Newcastle are still a hard team to break that one, but they're not scoring either. Could it be a 0-0 draw? I fucking hope not. Especially with a half-4 game on a Sunday. You want that to be a bit of spark, a bit of excitement. Again, hard to even see that's going to happen. And it's not like me to be this negative, but when Arteta's putting out these negative lineups, how are we going to be positive? I'm trying to be positive here and say Ez is a bright spot, but when he's playing that low block in Rice, Zubamendi, and Marino just don't work when they're playing in a free midfield. When one's further up, Marino, it could be better. Saw that last season. Marino's capable of scoring goals, and also Marino returning to St James's Park, where he did spend some time there. Could he be an influence that creates something? Quite possibly. Zubamendi, past two games, he needs something big here. I give him quite a lot of props, and I think he's a fantastic midfielder. But at the same time, against City wasn't brilliant, and against Athletic Club in the Champions League, he was given the possession away where we shouldn't be. No, well, not for a player of his caliber. Let's be honest, he is one of the best in the league. People say it's too early. People say you're just wrong. It's my opinion. You like it or you don't like it. Don't care. That's what football is. It's opinions. Let's be honest there. I think the back four is probably set in stone. It's Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Calafiori. This is what I think it will be. It will be Zubamendi, Declan Rice, and Miko Moreno. It will then be Saka, Gyökeres, Trossard. Is what I think. I think that's what it'll be. I hope it's not. I hope the back four is that. I hope the midfield will be Zubamendi, Declan Rice, and even Wanyeri pushed up. I think I want it to be Saka, Gyökeres in the middle, and Eze on the left. I know I just had a bit of a moan and a stick of putting Eze on the left, but again, I don't see who would put on the left without Noni Madueke being there. No, see, he's injured for at least November. It's a tough one. It's always a tough game against Newcastle. I'm not going to sit here and go it's going to be absolutely easy. We're going to have to spank them. I wish I could. I just don't. Eddie Howe just seems to have Mikel Arteta's number. And again, I've said this in previous videos. Seeing that Arsenal backroom staff needs to not stand up to Arteta, but 60th minute it's 0-0 or you're 1-0 down against City. Arteta should look at his backroom staff and have ideas. Somebody come up to you and go, look, this just simply not working. Let's try it this way. We don't have that, in my opinion. We generally don't. We have a culture of yes Arteta, yes Arteta, yes Arteta, where I want somebody, Albert Stuyvenberg, just to turn around and go, it's not quite working. Let's bring Ez in the centre. Let's put Martinelli on and put him on the wing to see what he does. Because the past two times he's coming off the bench, he's scoring goals. And it's been quick, flowing football where he scored. It's hard for me to be confident. It's hard for me to be positive here. I am filming this on Thursday night, so over the weekend I'll probably be bipolar and go up and down with like a log flume. It's hard for me to even predict the score. 1-0 Arsenal. Again, Newcastle aren't performing well. Arsenal are capable of scoring goals. I'm lost for words now. This is the only time, and we're only, what, 5 games into the season, 6 games into the season, and I'm already stressed. Like I shouldn't be with the amount of players we brought in. Zubimendi, Gyökeres, Eze, Skera, Christian Norgard, Hincapie, and now he's injured. We have a good enough squad to go up to Newcastle and get the win. I'm not saying we don't. But if Arteta plays or sets out the way he did against Man City and Liverpool, I think it'll be a dull, dull game. Um, I hope Arsenal do go up and absolutely ride Newcastle off the pitch. Um, but yeah, no, I don't know. And you know what? I'll give credit to all the Arsenal fans. I will travel up to Newcastle because I have done that before. And you know what? Sitting so high up in that stadium, watching a performance like that, if that is a performance, I would commend you for going, but you don't deserve that. I watched Lee Judges on Arsenal Fan TV or AFTV, whatever it's called now, and he said like if it is that midfield of Zubimendi, Deckers, and Moreno, he isn't going in the stadium. You'll go sit in the car. You'll keep it warm for on the way back down. And you know what? I don't necessarily believe he'll do that, but I get his premise though. You're traveling up all that time to get a midfield like that, where it's the anti-football. You're literally playing for the draw. It's not great. It's not great for traveling fans. It just isn't to spend their hard-earned cash, I'm American, their hard-earned money, their hard-earned salary, life savings, whatever, to go to these games week in, week out. They don't deserve that. They generally don't. I hope Arsenal do go and absolutely can ride them into next week. But I'm going to stick with a 1-0 Arsenal win, and we'll hopefully keep up pressure on Liverpool, who are now 5 points ahead of us. So yeah, that's good. Well, let's hope the injuries stop. Obviously Saka just back. None of Madueke got injured last week. Hincapie got injured at some point with a groin injury. Obviously Havertz is injured. Odegaard's got plastic shoulders. So yeah, it's fun and games. But yeah, there's my prediction. Not positive at all. But yeah, if you like seeing me in this pain, this fucking anti fucking football negative bullshit, yeah, leave a quick like and leave a comment. Well, as I say, I keep saying it. This is what it's for. Leave your comments, leave your opinions, and we will 100% get back to them. But yeah, I will see you guys after the game, and hopefully I will be absolutely smiling from ear to ear when we smash the tune.